episode 7 of the Philosopod with me, James, and with me today I have...
Beth.
Alex.
Rin.
That's just like...
Kane.
Connor.
Yeah. And today's episode we're talking about the ethics of space travel and whether or not we should be putting so much money and resources into space travel and space exploration. So Connor, what are your thoughts? So does anyone have any thoughts on what are your views on space travel then, Beth? Do you think it's a worthwhile thing to do?
I think it is. I think that we should always be trying to expand sort of our knowledge of things, in any scientific form. But I also don't think that we should it shouldn't be like a high up priority necessarily, because there are a lot of things that still need fixing down on Earth before we go further out. So I do think that it is, something that we should be doing, but I don't think that it should be sort of put before other more important things.
But isn't the point of, one of the points of space travel is to find a new planet for us to live on because we've messed up planet Earth.
We've still
So
got
surely
quite
that money-
quite a while.
Yeah, but surely that
before-
money should be going into preventing global warming or solving at least partly world hunger and
Yeah, definitely.
water
That's why I think
shortages.
that it shouldn't be like a high priority at all. And there are things that need fixing down on Earth beforehand, definitely. But I don't also think... I think that we shouldn't just completely scrap any money being put into space travel.
Yeah, no, I don't think we should scrap it because it is...
We should always be expanding.
It's
and
in
learning.
human DNA to want to know things.
Yeah.
That's why we are what we are today. But Alex, keep it in.
Shut up!
making me.
Keep it in.
I'm laughing at kind of slowly and sensually on being a banana.
Dude, I'm trying to be quiet!
Okay, so does anybody else have any opinions on space travel?
I do.
What are your opinions?
I do.
I just jumped into that. I don't actually have anything. I feel like actually Earth's not that bad. Although you've got to keep in mind,
It's
right?
not bad.
There's a lot of better things to spend money on. Like, what is it, India? They've got an amazing space program. India's terrible. They're still, I'm pretty sure they're still drinking out of the
India's terrible.
Ganges and stuff. Which
Yeah.
is also the same place they throw their dead people. So if you got stuff like that going on, you need to kind of calm it down with the space travel, I think. Fish are meant to die out by 2050, and if we can't even make sure that we're going to have fish to eat in 50 years, we probably shouldn't be going out into space.
Just eat people.
Because if we haven't found,
Yes, continue with space travel and turn to cannibalism.
it doesn't look like we're going
It
to be able
keeps
to
the
get
population
to it,
down.
very far away very soon, and we're definitely not going to be able to settle anywhere near here. So if we can't get to somewhere that we can settle anywhere near what the time is now, then we need to hurry up and look after Earth because we haven't got any other options yet.
Yeah,
Cannibalism must be the way to get to far places because
Okay,
rather than
I think we can end the episode here. We know that the answer is
Very nice
cannibalism.
Ganges.
rather
Evil
than
it was.
preserving, cryogenically freezing people to launch into space, you could just give birth and then your child eats you and then so forth and so on. So the next,
Spiders do it.
it's just generations.
So when you give birth, you have to feed yourself to your child.
Yeah, eat me
Wait.
so that you can survive.
There's
That's
actually
what
I
spiders
think
do.
there's actually a spider that does
Yeah.
that, and all of its
think
eggs
they-
once they hatch, then
Yes. There are lots of
they
insects
eat
that do
the mum, and the mum sits there while they eat her legs and stuff.
That's erotic.
There are also toads that
That
when
wasn't what I was going for.
there are toads that when the babies when the tadpoles they put them on their backs and then they bury into their flesh and when they hatch they
It's really cool.
jet out of the back of the toad. Which is really cool. This is a bit off topic.
I like the ones with insects.
Literally.
Should change this to is cannibalism actually a good idea?
Tarantula. With the whole going to Mars thing, and were you all aware that there was a Mars thing where you have to send in basically an audition to see whether you're good enough to go to Mars, but it's a one-way ticket.
Yeah.
I knew someone who knew someone who's going to Mars, or kind of going to Mars, possibly. I don't know. Depends how it
Great
goes
story.
ahead. What do you think, or would any of you go to Mars if it was
No.
just a one-way
Not with a
ticket?
one-way ticket, no. It depends on the state
Even
of
if it
my
was
life.
a two-way ticket, I don't really have time.
Yeah, at
Yeah,
the moment,
Yeah,
You
right.
rely completely down on your luck and have
Just
nothing left.
the amount of work I've got
Why
at the
not?
moment from biology, I'd be very happy to go on a one-way trip to Mars.
But there's
Fuck
no
off then.
biology on
Safe.
Mars, so it'll be for nothing.
But at least I'll be on Mars. You won't.
And
I'll be the first man
Great
on Mars,
comeback.
James.
That was a
Not
10
the
out of
first
10
one.
comeback.
It's like, well, they'll be on Mars. Yeah, literally living in a little bubble filled with artificial
Love to stare at some
air.
red rock.
But I could be one of the
Look.
first people to call.
As everyone may tell, James has
That'd be
been a
pretty
little
cool.
bit stressed today.
No.
You'd have your
It's very
name.
subtle.
You'd have your name in the history
I
books.
don't care about my name
There's
being in
Mars
history
bars.
books, like, at all. Like, we're all gonna die and no one's gonna really get remembered anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
like,
fact
I'd
is,
rather
like,
just, like,
everything
live
seems
my own
cheerful,
life and, like, you know, my life
Would
on
you
Earth's
leave a
pretty
legacy?
decent. You know, it's solid. I've done a lot of work for the future. I'm not just gonna throw it away by going.
Why do we want to go to Mars?
It was just a question.
'Cause it's
If you
called
felt
Mars.
like it.
No.
what
That
people
why have they come up with
Because
this
they want to
program?
make it habitable, so that if we mess up Earth even more than it already is, which is pretty bad, then we can just hop off to Mars and be like, well, we've now got our own artificial base, and then they're thinking of.
Sorry.
Oh my god, there's a theory
the
that
loudest thing on the entire podcast so far.
it's so loud.
That was disgusting.
It's as loud as one of my claps. Anyway, there was actually a way of making Mars habitable by literally blasting a nuke at the poles,
Both poles, yeah.
Yeah.
and yeah, stuff happened.
I
How was that
hate
supposed to
human
work? Was it supposed to
Because
like, melt the ice caps?
There's ice under Mars, apparently.
Yeah.
That's like so terrible that like we want to go to some other planet that isn't ours and just start blowing it up
Yeah, and there's
and
no,
like
there's no
ruining the
atmosphere
planet
there
just to
anyway.
mess about
Blech.
with it to see if we can
No,
maybe live
up
there
the
because we've
tower.
screwed up our own
It's not like
planet.
anyone
And
else
mess it
can
up
do it.
again.
Excuse me.
It's not like we're blowing up and then there's all the Mars aliens. It's like, how dare you blow up Mars? It's like, it's
If
just
we all
red
go
rocks.
to Mars, we can just
Called
deposit
Martians,
all our
you
sewage
racist.
back down to Earth. Just have a tube all the way to
This
Earth.
like in
Who needs a
Wall-E.
tube?
I haven't seen one.
You've never seen Wall-E? That's tragic. It's a
Wall-E is a
great
brilliant
film,
film.
fantastic
It
film.
really
Yeah,
put
it's
me on
alright.
food.
It's
It kinda
really
spooked me
good.
out when I was
It's a
small
great.
child.
It's sad.
It's really sad.
You'll probably cry.
Doesn't Evie die or something?
Her name's
Spoilers.
That one.
Get it
Right?
wrong.
I haven't seen
It's
it.
Eva.
Isn't it?
Why'd you slap me?
I want to watch Wall-E
I
now.
can't remember.
It's been so many years.
Hug it out.
Same.
No.
Hug it
My
out.
brother used to watch it like twice a day.
It's such a good film. Like all of the fat people on like the floating beds. That's like how I wanna. That's how I wanna be. That's how I aspire to
Okay,
live.
what else can we talk about? Because I've sort of run dry. I don't know what I'm doing.
Should there be any
Let's
limit
just
to
start
the
talking about
space
Star Wars.
to our current space travel? Like, should we just like keep traveling to as many planets as we can? Should we be blowing things up in space?
I think we should respectfully travel places if we have, but not spend like so much money on it when we could be spending it on more important things,
Like sandwiches.
like sandwiches. Yeah.
Well, actually,
How
yeah,
much-
for world
Yeah,
hunger,
for well done.
How much are we actually spending? Like,
£3.
James, please mate, I'm losing it. Hey, watch this, watch.
No.
Stop. Oh.
Connor just slammed an apple in his forehead. Okay, let me see. Total expenditure. Oh, I can't spell that word.
You got a bit of apple drop on me.
Can you,
Bit
can
of
you
juice
stop?
just slammed into
No, this is a mess. Judging by this website, it says that in 2005, NASA had a budget of $6.2 billion. However, this does not include the human space division. So all in all, it's around about $2 trillion that we're spending on space.
That's
It's
way
like
too
few
much. We have more
sandwiches.
important things we can
On
spend our
space
money
land.
on.
I think humans have always had kind of a... We've always
Do you
wanted
see?
to discover.
Yeah, we're like, oh look, a star.
Yeah, no, we have, like, in anything, we've always wanted to discover, and I think it's good that, as a race, we should continue to do so. We wouldn't be where we were today if people weren't willing to go and discover new things, but I think if the world that those people have worked so hard to try and build, if that's now fallen apart, then there's no point in spending
But
so
here's-
much more until we sort things out here first.
And we haven't discovered all of Earth anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that the oceans, we know more about the observable universe than we do about the Earth's oceans.
Yeah.
Or even a glass of water.
I
That
don't know how
sounds
you know
similar.
that as a fact, but yeah, still.
So, why, if humans are so into discovering stuff, why don't we just go underwater? I mean, then again, we'd spend a lot more money on that. as
Or
well.
is what's more terrifying, like deep underwater or space?
Deep water.
Both.
I think both are kind of.
Because there's not much in
Similar
space
in
that
a
we
way.
know of
Scary.
currently that can attack us.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
you
but
kind of drown
You can
in
repair
either
stuff
of them.
in space. Like you can go outside the space station to a
But you
space
can go
repair.
outside if
You
you
can't
have
if you're
Death-
underwater.
Death in space
You can't. The
is
scuba
instant.
suit
Death
won't protect
underwater
you
is
from
not
being at the
instant.
bottom of the Mariana Trench. You're dead.
Okay.
But I'm
Why,
pretty sure you
what's
can't even
that?
get to the bottom of the
Do you not
Mariana
know?
Trench or whatever.
No, what is
Someone's gone. is it
James Cameron got
Yeah,
very
he went
deep.
like pretty
There's a
down
point
far.
at which you get crushed though.
Yeah, but
Is that what the Abyss was based on?
what?
I think for filming it, that's
Because
why
he said James Cameron.
he went down so that he could see what it was like when filming the Abyss.
Oh,
But it was pretty
interesting.
pretty cool.
So what's this thing, by the way? What is it? The trench?
Do you not know what the Mariana Trench is?
Would I be asking if I knew?
No.
Why didn't
It's-
you tell me that?
You know plate tectonics. Did you do GCSE geography?
I'll do GCSEs, yeah.
When like the tectonics, when they're like coming apart or
Yeah.
diverging, then there's like a trench that appears, which is what the Mariana Trench is.
Volcanoes
or if
come
you
up.
have a
No, they go-
subversion.
Yeah, or you
So
have
they-
the
when they go
subduction
in.
as well.
Yeah.
What is at the bottom? Just the middle of the earth.
It's just a dinosaur.
Lizard people.
Hello.
The water just
That's
stops.
where the
It's just a
Illuminati
little
is.
dinosaur.
Beth, don't be so silly.
Yeah, so they live inside the moon.
No, they don't.
You found me.
Follow moon theory.
I'll tell
It's
you
not even a
earlier
good
what
one.
it is.
Like a little long neck.
They're
It's just a
everywhere.
terrible. Hello. I've been waiting
Hello.
6 million years. This picnic's gone mouldy. Actually, there's no air down there. This picnic hasn't gone mouldy, but if it
Really
did,
soggy.
If you hadn't spent all that money on space travel, maybe you could buy a new picnic.
maybe we could have saved my dinosaur
What does this
friends.
podcast turn into?
Dinosaur.
Not a podcast.
Jurassic Pod.
Should
That's not bad, actually.
Jurassic
Pod. That.
Right.
Has anyone got a
I mean,
towel?
I'd love to do a podcast
No, I
about
don't.
dinosaurs.
Did you say a towel?
Yeah, has anyone got a
Are you
towel?
really apple?
No.
Yeah, my head's really appley.
Should we now just talk whether cannibalism is the actual?
Appledy
No.
Mapalon.
Shut up. So yeah, space.
Right, so on the
Final
subject of
Fantasy.
Earth getting destroyed, right, what if we all have to start eating insects? Because isn't that like a genuine thing where they're like the most nutritious
Insects
thing for us
don't
to start
taste that
eating
bad.
regularly? are
I wouldn't have an
insects.
issue
Apparently they're
eating
good, yeah.
insects.
Would you all literally just be okay with like...
Yeah.
If you like seasoned it nicely.
But,
I like-
there's
no.
lovely other food
I like
that you
meat.
eat at the moment.
What, like ham?
At the
Yeah,
moment,
exactly.
I'm not saying like I do it for
Ham's
fun
not
now,
even that
but
good.
like if I ever
I
had
would.
to, like I would actually like to try eating like you can try like tarantula or something.
Yeah,
I'd like to
I'd
try that.
Tarantula tastes like
Order
bacon.
it for next
Does it
week.
actually? Have you had it?
Yeah.
Really? Tastes like bacon.
It's when you like cook it, it tastes
But
like bacon.
spiders
Like,
aren't
it's quite
pigs.
texture's a bit odd, but
Yeah.
it tastes bacony.
Do you eat the fangs? Why not?
Don't.
Do you eat,
Pussy.
Crunchy.
do you eat the web sack?
The web sack. It pops in your
The
stomach.
spindles.
Is that how you become Spider-Man?
Yeah, you eat the web sack. When you get a web sack, you're very own.
That's actually the original story. So they then changed it because it didn't sound as cool.
No, Alex is going now.
Goodbye, Alex.
Goodbye.
Good riddance. No, I'm joking.
Look at his little face, you can't say it.
Alex is going to Mars right now, so
Have fun.
he won't be back next
He's
week.
going to be the first man on Mars. Neil Armstrong. Who cares?
You got nothing on that. And
Alex Herman.
did you hear that? You know Tim Peake,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Not
he-
one, the
don't
UK
you-
guy who went to space.
the
last
guy
year.
who went to the
Matt
International
Ashton.
Space Station. Wasn't it a big thing in like your high school?
It was in like year 11 when
No.
I went to the International Space Station.
Tim Peake. It was all over the news,
You
and my
watched it,
family's
so-
full
We
of
didn't.
science.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, and we watched it live where he like docked to the International Space Station stuff. Well, he came back to Earth recently,
Yeah.
and he went on this morning, and Amanda Holden asked him if when he went to the moon, he took back a moon rock, and he was like, well, I actually didn't go to the moon, I went to the International Space Station.
Did she ask him that?
Yes.
Genuinely.
Yes. And
That's
she was like,
ridiculous.
oh, and then when she found out, she was like, oh, did you take any souvenirs or anything from the space station? And I was just like, how stupid can you be?
You like if a guy's
It's
that
just an
important,
alien.
you'd prepare a decent lot of questions for
exactly.
him.
It's just
Even
an
no matter who it
alien
is, you prepare.
spacecraft flying by with a souvenir shop. You know?
It's such like an important thing as well. Like
I know.
we didn't go to the moon because I swear like no one's been to the moon since like
No, there's
a
no.
mission after Neil Armstrong.
Wallace
Like,
and
World
Gromit.
War or something.
If you believe it, I do.
Alf Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, I think.
Imagine if she turned around
My
and
dad
said, was it
doesn't.
actually
Is he
made of
not?
cheese?
Why not? What's his evidence?
I don't know. I don't really listen. No, he has a lot of stuff that he says, but
What's that?
I
Your
tend
dad
to
doesn't
zone out.
believe in
There's
them.
so much
He's
like
a big
everything
wee
that
man on
anyone
the-
ever says is like
Stanley
evidence
Kubrick
against that you
directed
can
it.
prove wrong.
Hmm?
everything that anyone ever says is evidence that it didn't happen. You can just prove wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Like pretty much any evidence has ever been given.
Watch the Mythbusters episode.
Does your dad think
that
that's...
Adam ruins everything? episode.
Adam ruins everything. I like that
I
one.
like that
Yeah.
episode. It was good.
That was good.
But yeah, I mean, like, would you actually want to go to space if you could come back? Like,
No.
would you spend like there's a thing, I don't know if it's actually available, but you can get, it's kind of like a plane type thing where it takes you to like the edge of space.
So the
And then you go
Virgin Airlines.
Yeah.
I
Would you
kind
do
of
it?
want to try that.
But
just
it's
to
like
see it.
£100,000.
Yeah, no, see, like I wouldn't pay that. Like, if it was free, then like I'd want to try it. But like I'm not going to spend
It's free.
£100
We're
grand.
all going to spend £2 on that.
More than a tenner, no
That's
thanks.
201p sweets.
I think it'd be an amazing experience to go up, but even so, I think
There's beautiful things on
I don't
that
have a
too.
huge
I
desire.
think it'd be incredibly
I'm not like, this is
frightening.
what I would be.
it'd be incredibly
scared to
frightening.
death.
Would you go on a vomit comet?
What's
No.
Vomit comets
Oh,
are
is that, I think
planes
they
that
go
go
like that,
this.
and then you have like
And you have,
no
like-
gravity for a
well,
while, and you
sort
can
of.
sort of
No.
float about.
Experience kind of.
I
zero
wouldn't want to
G.
do that.
What
Planes
height did
scare me
that?
off.
Have you
It
seen the
makes
video
me
of like
huge.
the like
And then
highest altitude
just
parachute
floating.
jump?
Yeah.
Is that about how high the Virgin thing goes?
Probably, yeah.
Because that like
What was
I
that
don't
guy?
know,
Oh, it's
it literally looks like
Felix.
he's just in space.
It was Felix something, and he jumped, and he lost consciousness halfway through the jump and just
Yeah.
started tumbling, and then he sort of regained his consciousness and made it down safely.
Yeah.
I watched that live. That was pretty cool.
You watched it live.
That was in middle school, yeah.
Wow.
Going on. And they're like, well, he's tumbling. I think he's so nonchalant when he landed. So, yeah.
Hello and
Space.
welcome back to the vlog.
I'll do a
Starring
cut.
me, James,
And me, Bryn.
and me, Beth,
And me, Connor.
and me, Cain.
And me, Stephen.
You didn't say Abel. Cain and Abel. Bible story. Let's talk about the Bible.
Bryn, are you drunk? You're acting really strange today.
Do you think?
Really tired.
Me too.
Why don't we all eat bugs? No, let's talk about the Bible.
I almost just fell
Oh.
asleep in psychology and my teacher was just like, Bryn. It's like, oh.
I have another point.
Mm.
You know when, was it Sputnik? I love that. Sputnik. When they launched the dog into space, and they also did chimps and stuff. Do you think that's ethical, sending animals into space when they ultimately died? Like they just
No.
killed them.
No, I think it's
Not
horrible.
really.
But I don't think they were meant to kill the dog. It just got lost and then.
Of
left
course,
it.
it's going to.
Oh, that makes it okay.
It got lost.
It's a
No,
dog.
but it was on. It was.
In a
it was
spaceship.
controlled. It was controlled by the humans. It wasn't like we trained this dog to fly a spaceship, but he got lost
yeah, but
when
still,
he looked
it's
at something
always
shiny.
gonna. It's always gonna like go wrong,
fetch,
isn't
and
it?
he just
Really.
flies into like
And
a
also, like
galaxy.
that's so unfair. He's gonna have like
Flies
no.
into a
Human,
galaxy.
Yeah, he's
like-
Did you
into
watch
a
that thing
different
where the
galaxy.
dogs learned to fly a plane?
Yes.
That was amazing.
Well, dogs and chimps just shouldn't be
Oh,
in space.
What's that film
Why
with
should
that
we be
dogs
in
and they
space?
play like basketball or something?
What?
It's Wally.
Well, there was that
Is
film where
it
like,
Space Jam?
there was that film about like half a decade ago, where, about the monkeys in space, called like Space Chimps or something.
Oh, that was so
that
bad. I
really
didn't even
weird
watch
animated
it.
film.
It's so bad. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't really understand why people launch animals into space.
No, that's horrible.
Launch animals like a
You don't
catapult.
have to, because I guess it's to observe the effects on an organism, but
Exactly.
We have people for that.
People
They
do
can
worse
consent
things
it.
to animals for like
yeah,
science.
cosmetics.
Like,
Not even
they've done
science
some-
as well.
Especially in psychology, they've done some messed up things. to
Yeah.
animals.
Airbud. It was called Airbud.
Airbud.
So you haven't watched?
I haven't seen it. It's just a
Oh.
really memey film, so like everyone always like mentions it. It's a dog playing basketball.
It looks absolutely
Oh, I've
ridiculous.
seen that. Actually, yeah. It looks
It's
really
got
good.
5.1 out of 10 on
Is he
IMDb.
like Air Jordan?
It's not even like super awful.
There's one that's another Airbud, and the dog's playing baseball, and there's like a raccoon on the cover.
Oh my god.
James, why have you got that on your head?
No.
Oh, there's a World Cup one as well.
You take Napoleon.
Spooky buddies. Wow.
I love it.
Spooky buddies.
Spooky
Yeah,
buddies.
there's one.
Spooky
There's a,
buddies.
look.
I love it. They've just used the Scooby-Doo font.
Oh wow.
Earbud.
So this has been the Philosopod episode 7. It's been a short one, but it wasn't a huge topic, to be honest. Does anyone have anything to add?
I'm trying to remember that quote that the first guy who went to space said.
Wow,
you
it's
know,
pretty
the
big.
No, like it was really cool.
There's a
It
lot
was
of
like,
space.
It's like
Where's the light gone?
What's it called? Russia. So obviously they can't do anything crazy because they'll just get like killed because of Stalin and stuff.
Yeah.
So he gets up into space and he's got all these lines he's supposed to say.
I love USA.
No, he just goes. I think they're about to launch. He's meant to say all this like complicated science stuff and be all like serious. And he just goes, "Let's go!" in Russian, and then they boom. and like it's like a proper Russian thing that they say all the time now. I'm pretty sure it's like a well-known phrase. He just goes, "Let's go." I can't remember how to say it.
Let's die.
Well,
Anyway.
that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
James, what's wrong?
I don't know, I'm tired.
Zoom,
But this has been episode 7. If you want to email us any suggestions for future topics, I think we'll try and make it a bit more philosophical next week, maybe with paradoxes or something.
Yeah.
Try and take it back to the core of philosophy.
Or we could do 9/11.
We'll do that at some point.
Save that for Christmas.
Yeah, just email us
3
at
days too late.
thephilosophod@gmail.com or find us on SoundCloud at
$2
Philosopod.
months and 3 days too late.
So, goodbye and have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
And bye from the dinosaur at the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Bye.
Bye.